Wow!
Hello, Stacy.
How is it going? All right. Good to hear.
Third Thursday meetup.
Third Thursday meetup. Good day, sir. I know. Okay, so some of you are new to me. Anyway, I don't know if you've been here before, so I'll go through my whole big spiel. So our company name is Winnipeg BTC, and Kevin, bald guy right there, he does over-the-counter transactions. If you need any consulting, his cards are
right up here,
up there. So just shoot him a text, give us a call, whatever, and we can make an appointment and help you out with that, whatever we can. And our company, Winnipeg BTC, sponsors CryptoNutz. So we have popcorn over here. There's coffee and tea over there. Whoa. Sorry, that light just came on. It was very blinding.
Yep.
There's Diet Coke in the fridge, and there's a special beverage in the fridge. A donation of, I don't know, $3.50 or something like that would be appreciated. Does anybody need some time to go get your stuff?
Popcorn.
No?
You still charging?
Okay, I'll just keep going then. Okay, so what we're gonna do tonight is I'm gonna do the picks right away. So what that is you get 3 votes, and you vote for either your favorite crypto that you would like to know more about, something that you hold, something that you're really bullish on right now, anything like that. And we'll just go around the room and you say your name and your 3 choices. After that, Kevin's gonna do some news, and then we have a special presentation tonight from Christian. So that's gonna be good. Oh, and Betty over here, red hair, she was at a Bitcoin conference in Nashville, and she brought us back some books. Just a second, I'll show you. So it's The Promise of Bitcoin, The Future of Money, and How It Can Work for You. So they're over here on the pool table. And what else did you get there, Betty?
I got bags and t-shirts and socks.
Woohoo! Woo!
Swag.
Not to do some trivia or whatever.
We'll do some trivia later on. I think that's everything, right? Washroom is over here. Anything else?
That covers it.
If you really want to give us a suggestion, other than coming to talk to us, there is a suggestion box in the bathroom behind the door. I think that's about it. So, do we want to write down some burning questions and answer them by the end of the night?
Sure.
Okay. All right, so we'll start.
When Lambo.
What's that?
When Lambo.
When?
Lambo.
That's what the Doge dog always says.
W-E-N.
Do you have any?
It's a good software for solar mining, so that you can run your CPU and have a chance at a lottery ticket.
There you go. That's a good one.
Software, what was that?
Software for solar mining,
Yeah,
specifically for Bitcoin.
okay. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we'll start at this end. Ron, what do you got for me?
Bitcoin, Ethereum, and
Ethereum and what?
Pepe.
Oh, Pepe. How do you spell Pepe?
P-E-P-E.
Pepe, okay. Frankie.
Bitcoin mostly, and maybe some Solana.
Get 3 picks. 2 Bitcoin, 1 Solana.
I'm not much of an altcoin guy. I mostly just stick with Bitcoin. So
Okay, we'll give 2 for Bitcoin then?
yeah, sure.
Perfect.
Yeah, you can put them anywhere you want. You can put them all on Bitcoin if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, then all on Bitcoin then. Yeah.
All on Bitcoin? Okay. Perfect. Sid?
Bitcoin, Solana.
Bitcoin. So, Yvonne?
Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum.
There.
Andre? Same? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. I need to erase this?
Ethereum.
Ethereum.
Litecoin.
Oh, Litecoin. Sorry, not Ethereum.
No, not Solana.
Oh, not Solana. Oh my God. Sorry. I need to drink more beer or whatever. Or less. Simon, did I get you guys? No? Okay, what's yours?
Bitcoin douche nuts.
Bitcoin what?
Bitcoin douche nuts.
Doge.
And
We've got the
nuts.
plate.
I'm sorry, I can't remember your name.
And Gus.
For it.
3 on Bitcoin? Yep. Okay.
I know. It was like the.
Lynn, did I do you already? No. Okay.
2 Bitcoin, 1 nuts.
All right. Go nuts.
So those of you that don't know, remind me where I am, Bert. So a little while ago, we made our own coin. It's called CryptoNutz. It's called Nuts. It's on the
Binance Smart Chain.
Binance Smart Chain.
It's on Polygon. And it's one of the original ERC20s. It was actually out before SHIB.
So we used to use this as like a learning tool. When you'd come in, you would pay with Nuts. And if you wanted to buy anything here, you would pay with Nuts. It was like a learning thing, so you could learn how to buy and send and receive coins while you were here. We haven't had it up and running for a while, but that's why everybody's voting for Nuts. Okay, and we used to have a little name tag. It said, I gave my nuts to be here. Okay, Bert.
You remember.
I did.
Bitcoin, nuts, and I'm gonna throw one at Solana.
Oh, look at that. Solana's racking them up.
Okay,
Wow.
Christian?
I'll do Bitcoin, Solana.
All right.
Bitcoin,
Another
Bitcoin,
Solana fan.
Solana.
Oh my
Kev?
goodness. Well, I got to do 3 on nuts just to keep it in the running.
1, 2, 3. Tyrone.
Bitcoin, Polygon, and Solana.
All right. Boy, that's a lot of Solana.
Boy, that's a lot of Solana. We haven't heard
seen
that in a
much
while.
Solana for a while. People are
Mr.
bullish.
Sokol.
2 Bitcoin, 1 Solana.
Wow. Okay. Graham?
I'm going to go all 3 on Litecoin.
All 3 on
Litecoin.
lights. Woo!
Go lights.
Brock.
Bitcoin, Matic, Polygon.
Bitcoin, Bitcoin.
Matic.
Oh, Matic?
No, it's the same thing.
Polygon Matic.
Matic, same thing.
Matic is a token. Polygon's the protocol.
Okay. Dallas.
Bitcoin, ETH, Solana.
Bitcoin, ETH, and holy.
Wow.
Betty.
Solana's running away with it.
Give me a nut
All right.
and a trunk.
Trump.
Trunk.
Oh, trunk. I thought you were going to say Trump.
No. I bought it at 12 cents and it's now 63.
Wow.
Woo!
Nice.
I just didn't buy enough of it.
So it doesn't have a
Never do.
utility, or what's the?
It's, no.
It's just a. Okay. Cool. I am going to vote for Bitcoin, and Litecoin.
Litecoin. Wow.
Yeah.
You didn't go for nuts.
I didn't go for nuts. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 28.
Wow. Bitcoin runs away with
Wow. This is surprising, though.
it. 7 for, yeah, tied with nuts. What's going on?
So there you go.
Well, we don't see as many new altcoins as we used to, eh? Used to be so many
It used
altcoins.
to be that we had like
used to have to do
4
2
columns because there were so many altcoins.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some swag. Okay, so we will start with what's the definition of a shitcoin?
Anything that isn't a Bitcoin.
Yeah.
No, I'll take a t-shirt.
Some shitcoin t-shirts in the bag and somebody will be a bag holder.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. What color is the Bitcoin Cash logo?
Green.
I said, who said green over here? Frankie. Okay, here we go. What consensus mechanism does Bitcoin use to secure its network?
Proof of work.
256.
Oh, SHA-256.
No.
Proof of work.
Thank you. Was I you?
That was
Do you want, the large is too big for you, I assume.
Yeah, I might be fit in a small.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Betty will help you out over there.
Cool.
What term is used to describe the event when a Bitcoin splits into...
Ooh, fast.
You're wrong, though. What term is used to describe... Holy moly. What do you want? Do you want a large?
No.
That'll be tits and nipple, right? Nipples and belly button?
I have an XL.
Do you remember you said that to me one day? I offered you a t-shirt and you said, it'll be nipples and gut. I was like, okay.
He laughs at his own quote.
Where's that one?
Okay, this is a free Dave Ross one. Oh, yeah. He's the guy that did the silver.
Okay.
There you go.
Which cryptocurrency is known as digital silver?
Litecoin.
Who over there said that?
Yvonne did it.
Okay. Do you want a t-shirt or do you want a bag? Or go see Betty and she'll get you whatever you want. How about we do that? Who is the pseudo-anonymous creator of
Satoshi
Bitcoin? Okay, that was way too close. Y'all get chocolate if you want. Or you can go see Betty. I don't know who said it over here. Somebody over here.
Who said it first? Come on. You know.
I said it.
Simon said it. There you go, Simon. We'll get you next time. Okay. Which cryptocurrency is famous for starting as a meme and is represented by the Shiba Inu dog? Who said, did you say Doge? Okay. Are you?
Yeah, ready when you are.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been doing the crypto meetups for 8 or 9 years now, and never have I ever not learned something at one of the meetups, and that's what it's really all about. It's really about, you know, people teaching other people, because we've seen so many scams. That's what got us to start doing these meetups, is that there were so many scams out there, and crypto was getting a bad name. So we thought, well, rather than that, let's just expand our Thursday meetup into getting people out so that they can tell them that, hey, crypto's a great thing and it's a positive thing and it's, you know, a future for a lot of people that otherwise wouldn't have one. So that's kind of exciting. And that started actually in 2013. And as she said, we had the Nuts token on both Binance and on Polygon. We've had it on there for, we were one of the original people to be on Uniswap. We were in version 1 of Uniswap, and we actually ended up getting the, what was it, 7 or 8 ETH, because we were one of the first people on there, so that was kind of exciting. And you know, we were always doing the token as an education token. It was never about making money, and of course, you know, too bad we didn't, because look what happened with Doge. But needless to say. So we've got some interesting news tonight, and then we're going to have a great presentation from Christian there. Looking forward to that. And Bitcoin, holy crap, eh? What is everyone's thoughts about Bitcoin? Like, are you comfortable with what's going on with the pricing, or is that something that you're a little worried about, or is that because we've seen like below 60 now? It's hit a few times now, and I think even, yeah, we're just hovering right around there right now. Of course, USD, and right around, well, you know, we've gotten down to around 80,000 Canadian, because I always like to quote Canadian prices because we are Canadians, and even though you only hear USD, Canadian prices are important too. Our beat up dollar still counts, you know. Some of the levels are being tested now. Like if it stays below 60,000 USD for any length of time, there's a pretty good chance that it'll go below 55. And we're all, you know, most of us that are in this space have kind of got our fingers crossed saying, hey, you know, go baby, we don't want this to happen, because it could start a slide that could go a long ways. Now, having said that, if that happens, well, it's actually just a big sale, because Bitcoin's not going anywhere. There's too much activity in Bitcoin. There's too many prominent people now that are touting, you know, all this stuff. When we first started doing this, nobody was talking about Bitcoin. And, you know, that was the famous Warren Buffett quote, you know, it's rat poison squared, you know, all this kind of stuff. Well, hey, guess what? Michael Saylor investment at the same time as Warren Buffett has done tremendously because it's leveraged with Bitcoin. And he kind of showed Warren Buffett that, hey, maybe you don't know everything that you think you do. So I think that's kind of positive, you know, when traditional people can start getting on the bandwagon. And of course, you know, with the way that our dollar's been pummeled recently, and with inflation going the way it is, we've really seen how the buying power of Bitcoin is just phenomenal. Like, you know, you'll see some of the memes out there where you get, you know, this is how much Bitcoin you could buy in 2017, how would you can buy a Bitcoin with. This is what you can buy with a Bitcoin now. And the dramatic change is just like life-changing for a lot of people, you know. And what about XRP? Have anybody, XRP fans here? Anybody? So we do have some XRP fans in the group. I'm not one of them, and Stacy used to have standing jokes about XRP. I think she came up with every one-liner related to XRP that there was. But XRP is actually, has anybody heard about the new stablecoin that they're trying to initiate?
Yes.
No? Yeah? Good. It's looking like it could get some traction with traditional financial people, which in and of itself. So anyways, and the SEC, it's legal struggles. I guess they're going to make an appeal, but we don't really know if that's going to go. I think they need to get that behind them completely before they'll even start getting close to hitting that $1 magical price mark that everybody talks about XRP. And we've got to get some kind of movement to keep investors interested. And ETH, holding at about 2,600 USD, about 3,400 Canadian. There's some good stuff coming up with ETH, some of the ETFs that have been approved, and some other DeFi things that are happening, and the continued growth. I mean, look at all the DeFi protocols and all the DEXs out there that ETH has kind of pretty much taken over most of them. Other than, I guess one of our picks up there, Solana, is starting to make some moves in that area, and there's whole heck of a lot of tokens being made on that Solana network. From what I've heard, it's the #1 creation of tokens in all the world right now. But, it's not hard to do. Like I like to remind everyone, we have 3 of them. So they're not hard to create. I could basically pop a whole bunch of information into the AI and come up with a great big scammy marketing plan and the whole bit. And these are what these shit coins are all about, and they're trying to get your money. So first and foremost, we always tell everyone, just buy Bitcoin or buy ETH. We've even actually just recently started adding on ETH into that. We primarily always have preached to people to stick with Bitcoin because Bitcoin is proven time and time again. Everybody says, well, it's grown so much, how is it going to grow anymore? Well, guess what? We heard that when it hit $1,000. People said, well, it's $1,000 now. How is it going to grow anymore? Well, it could only get to be the price of gold. Gold was like $1,400. Well, then it went $1,400, $1,600, $10,000, $15,000, over 10 times the value of gold at the time, and has never stopped since. 1,800% growth in a very, very short space of time. Bitcoin is just getting started. Don't ever anybody tell you that it's done or that it's finished. And it's always should be your #1 coin in your portfolio. ETH, we're starting to introduce that and telling people a little bit more about ETH just because of the DeFi opportunities that are involved for making passive income with ETH. And there's lots of different ways to do that, and we've explored some of them, and some of our previous YouTube videos have shown people how to use DeFi. You can wrap your Bitcoin, you can wrap a lot of the tokens on the ETH network and make passive income. And sometimes, depending on what you put up there, you can make some pretty significant passive income. I mean, we were telling people how to make 18 and 19% when banks were paying 2%. Now banks are paying a little bit better, and so it's a harder sell, and cryptos aren't paying as much, so it's a harder sell. But still, through DeFi, you can still do extremely well in passive income. So that's something to keep in mind. XRP, well, I still can't get behind XRP. I don't know, man. It's just something about the centralized nature. Any token that you can pre-mine all of it in advance and then give it to the foundation who decides when they give it out to adjust the price, to me that sounds kind of like a government currency. Kind of sounds like fiat, doesn't it? That's my opinion on XRP. I don't think that'll ever change. It's no better than any of your government fiat currencies, and it's probably backed by less. At least with fiat currencies, you got a whole country behind it. With XRP, you've got a bunch of shysters. Oh man, I'm gonna have to edit a lot of this one. Okay, so Solana, interestingly enough, I had some news about Solana too, because Solana's got the ETF that's coming up in the US, and that could really, really make things change for Solana. And it's kind of fun that we got such a good pick on Solana, and it actually tied with Nuts, so we know it's serious now. That's how I judge everything, right? Just shows a little bit how nuts you are. But yeah, pun is intended, yeah. So the ETFs could change everything. And a good buddy of ours who is a longtime crypto guy, has been involved and very, very successful in it, has put something to me about Solana that really kind of tickled the back of my brain and made me think, hey, maybe I better start looking at Solana again. I got in on Solana early and I sold it and I did well with it. I'm always happy about that. But of course, I sold it for about a quarter of its value that it is right now, just like we all did with Bitcoin in the early days. But the thing about Solana, that the way that my buddy put it, he said, well, think about Solana as being able to compete with ETH. So what if it can compete with ETH? and ETH is at 2,600. Does it sound that expensive now? And I thought, the kind of traction that it's getting, we could see it compete with ETH in terms of value. And if it does, oh my God, I mean, we've got some, we've got some 10x, 15x kind of growth. And that's kind of what got me looking at Solana again. And I think Wayne, you too. We mentioned it to both of us and said, hey, you guys, maybe you should just, take your bias and put it aside and look and see what's going on and maybe, invest a little bit. So Solana might be one to look at. To look at Solana as maybe a good long-term growth and passive income. The only thing I don't like about Solana, and I'm always honest about this one, is I believe it's probably, maybe not counting XRP, one of the most centralized tokens out there. It doesn't have the same kind of robustness that a Bitcoin or Ethereum does. So I don't think personally that it'll make the same kind of gains that ETH will, but I certainly don't make any of the rules, and I could definitely be proven wrong on that one. Doge. Well, we love Doge. And I've always liked Doge right from the get-go, just because it's a fun token. It makes fun for crypto, and it was the original meme token. It was way before SHIB came around and stuff like that, and it's performed extremely well. And it's shown that it's got legs. I mean, let's face it, Doge is not going anywhere. Elon Musk likes it. I mean, it's going to be your form of payment on Mars. So anybody that wants to go to Mars now, you're going to have Doge. Well, yeah, got to reserve your seat on the giant rocket to go and spend Doge on Mars. And right now it's at about 10 cents USD, so it's still at a really good price. I mean, it's got plenty of room for growth, especially if they start introducing some of the protocols. If we ever saw an ETF on Doge, oh my God, it would probably quadruple overnight. Like, it literally would. I could definitely see it hitting $1 if some of the larger players out there, like, the BlackRocks and people like that, started looking at that seriously, like Elon does. He's got millions invested. Maybe it could make some real change. So one of the developments that's not very good is Kamala Harris and the Biden administration view on cryptocurrency. It's not very good. They traditionally have a very bad record. So that's something to look. I mean, most people that are involved in crypto, especially since Trump came out and said that he believes in crypto and he wants to increase the US reserves in crypto, that's all he had to do is say he likes crypto and he's going to increase the US reserves, and everybody in crypto all of a sudden loves him. But all joking aside, at least he is looking positively in that direction. He's looking at it being able to offset the US reserve. I don't think Canada's that progressive, but maybe if we get someone else in, they could start looking in that direction as well. Start securing some Bitcoin for Canada's future, for your kids. Because at the rate that we're going, the burn rate that we have right now, we're just not going to have a country left. We're going to be so far in debt we won't be able to afford basic services pretty soon. So let's hope that we start going in that direction instead. Bitcoin's energy play, and this is one that we talked about just a few minutes ago. Governor Ted Cruz of Texas has put forth a proposal to use Bitcoin mining in the electrical grid to try and offset power problems in the state. It kind of doesn't make sense if you think about it. You think, okay, well, Bitcoin, it uses a tremendous amount of power. Why would that help the grid? Well, the reason it helps the grid is as they start deploying more and more of these solar mining farms, wind mining farms, it produces X amount of energy. It's not like you can say, oh, I don't need my wind farm to run today and it's a windy day. You can't do that. They run. They're generating energy. So the whole idea is when they're generating a lot of energy, they can then be used by the miners and go back into part of it. Of course, some of the miners make the money, but so they make money when these guys are running. Now, when they're not running, of course, Bitcoin miners aren't going to be taking the energy. And especially if they get into an emergency, an energy emergency like happened in Texas last year, where all of a sudden they weren't able to keep a lot of the services running, well, the Bitcoin mining farms could then, in that turn off all their miners if they had to. They could turn off the whole farm and give back the power to the grid. And so because they'd be used to having a larger amount of energy at all times, it's easier for them to conserve energy and make sure that there's energy when they need it. And when there's an abundance of energy, they're burning it and gaining revenue. So that's proposal is a real one. And if this, a lot of people are watching this, because if this happens the way it's anticipated to, there's a good chance that a lot of other states and even other countries, maybe even some people in Canada, could start looking at this and saying, hey, Bitcoin mining is not just about drawing energy, it's about energy management. And so that's, most of us that are in that sector are kind of hoping that that's the way that's going to play out. And he believes it's going to help stabilize the grid. So it's really a good thing. And of course, he's got that emergency off switch, where if they have to, they can just literally turn off the whole farm. So they got, 100, 200, 300 megawatts there that boom, they can turn off, and everybody, if it's a crazy hot day, everybody's got air conditioning now because the grid is already set up and prepared for that kind of energy. Okay, well that's about all I got for news, unless anybody else has some kind of news or anything like that.
There was one story, two Bitcoin stories. What was it? 46% of Bitcoin has not moved in 6 months.
46% of Bitcoin has not moved in 6 months. Wow, that's interesting. I mean, people are literally hodling. Like, it's really happening. We're seeing it everywhere across the board now. People are no longer selling it off like they used to, getting worried and scared as much as before. More and more, I think the all-time record just happened too for 0.1 Bitcoin in wallets. They've never had the number that there is now. Michael Saylor, what did he say? Make sure you have at least 0.1 of Bitcoin and you'll be one of the wealthy people in the future.
Stace?
Michael Saylor said that. What did people do? Started stocking wallets up.
Story, when you mentioned about Trump and Kennedy, both mentioning how they would like to use the Bitcoin that the U.S. government has to back back a reserve. Well, you know what happened the last few days is the government put, I'm not sure if they put all of it, in a Coinbase wallet.
Ah, in cold storage.
19 million.
Well, Coinbase offers cold storage services for the government.
Okay.
So that's actually could be good news.
Unless they're going to sell it out from under them so they can't.
Well, there could be that too. If the government officially has that much, just think how much the CIA must have. Norway heated a whole community. I don't know if you guys heard about that one, but Norway, through Marathon Digital, they heated a whole community with Bitcoin miners. So imagine that, you're in a cold place, you heat it, you make money, and you live kind of like where we do, and you can make money running these things, and if a government subsidizes something, not only can they pay for our heat, but you can kind of make money doing it. It kind of makes sense. And you're going to start seeing a lot more initiatives for green mining in Canada. I mean, we've got a great abundance of power here that we need to use. Again, we're in the similar kind of scenario that we talked about with Texas. If we don't use our power, they ship some of it down south. We don't have to ship any of it down south. Could literally use it all here in Manitoba, have a robust power grid, let the miners have at it. Somebody give Hydro a slap in the head. Okay, so that's about it. We've got about, 15 minutes or so. We'll just grab some drinks, grab some popcorn, and, maybe if you're interested in some of the swag that Betty has over there, go and have a look. And then when we get back, Christian's going to tell us about solo mining. Does everybody know what solo mining is? No? So we'll give you a little preamble, so I'm probably going to spoil your show a little bit, but solo mining is basically kind of like when you have a miner that you put on to try and win the whole block reward. Like they're trying to solve these complex mathematical equations, and huge mining pools go in to do it, and that's why they have so much power they can win these rewards. Well, if you just take your own little miner, put it on a network, you may be lucky. And every 10 minutes, it's like putting your ticket in every 10 minutes to a lotto. And if you win, you can win 3 1/8 Bitcoin right now. So that's what solo mining is. And you can use your miners to heat your homes, to do things that you normally would use a space heater with, and just have that lottery ticket. And one day you may look at your wallet and go, holy crap, I have 3 1/2 Bitcoin. Because of course there's mining fees that you win as well because you're the solo miner. But I won't spoil all his thunder here. We'll leave all the rest for him. So that's basically what solo mining is. And that's about it for now. Grab yourself some popcorn, relax, and we'll come back and hear that presentation.
All right.